everybody. So we're back, and I don't want to make this is not a ramble about a wrestling video, and obviously Double or Nothing is tonight. Now, I want to make a video because I've been thinking about this, and obviously if you see my preview and predictions for Double or Nothing tonight, I assume if you did, I don't assume that you actually did, but if you did, you would obviously have heard that I mentioned the certain cowboy, and I really want to just ramble a bit about, I miss the Hangman. I miss Hangman. I really do. I feel like I don't think I've ever made a true rambling on Hangman, but Hangman's one of my favorite guys. I adore Hangman so much. I think the main character, whole thing of AEW works for him. I love the brutality. I think he represents AEW to the level that Moxley does himself. I miss Hangman. I do. I miss that emotion. And obviously after that death match with Max, you don't know where you're going to go with the guy. And I always, as much as I think heel Hangman, I think Hangman, when he was a heel, was his best work. There's nothing like that. There genuinely is not unlike him as a promo, as a babyface. Nothing. Nowhere near. The guy there's something special. As the way we all know there's something special and just different about someone like a Willow Nightingale, Hangman is the same. There's something special about Hangman. And Hangman is one of the only wrestlers that's ever made me emotional. And that's insane. But it really is true. And I miss him. I really do miss the Hangman. Just because I just feel like there's so much moving parts. And I feel like the obvious play is for him to just come back, be inserted straight away, and being the one who could hopefully prevent it. Like, kind of like this, saving grace figure. I feel like that's when Hangman's at his best. But I just feel like I feel like he's just the guy you look to and just want that, reassurance of him being, I don't know what it is. He's obviously cowboy themed, right? So and he does go from that John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, sort of westerns where they are the safety net, they are the reliable, and that's what Hangman is. Definitely one of the most reliable guys in the company, and he has chemistry with anyone. And I think there's so much left on the table for him, especially now how the dynamic is on AEW. It's insane, and I really miss him. I feel like I don't think AEW's missed Hangman. Frankly, I don't. I feel like that's insane to say because it's fucking Hangman, but I don't think we give him enough credit sometimes for how just good of a wrestler overall he is. I just think he's the fucking guy. He's the fucking cowboy. And I just think he's just, I really do miss his presence recently. I do. I really feel like I said to my friends, I'm starting to miss Hangman now. And I feel like that's much quicker than what we thought. Revolution, and now it's Double or Nothing. That was February. Now it's nearly June. You know what I mean? It's been 3 months. I don't know if that's long enough. The guy deserves a break, don't get me wrong, but I just miss him. I just miss Hangman, and I feel like that's what I want to say. And I think there is a chance that he comes back at Double or Nothing here. I do think that there is a possibility. And I hope to God he does. But I don't know where we go with Hangman. I don't know what we do going forward. But that's the interest. And normally with wrestlers, you're kind of I don't really know what we're doing here. What the hell? They're kind of wasted. And wrestling's that industry that doesn't really give you that opportunity to have that, I don't know what we're doing going forward. But Hangman's one of those people where it's it's exciting because whatever Hangman's going to do, at least to me, it's just going to work. It's just going to be fucking killer. And it's just, I feel like there's someone waiting. I don't know if it's Swerve. I think for Hangman, what I'm waiting for is, with Ospreay going down this Death Rider shit, I feel like that's the thing. Swerve's on some shit again. Ospreay's really going down the ringer with the Death Rider stuff. Everyone, obviously, Max might be world champion again. There's no real, Kenny and the Bucks aren't really there enough. The Death Riders are obviously gaining strength with Ospreay. Don Callis family forever growing, even as Takeshita's still there. But that's eventually going to end. It feels like AEW has went kind of chaotic, and it needs that saving grace figure to kind of step back into the light. And I feel like the plan is for Ospreay to eventually, win the belt, and then Hangman to be that guy, because obviously their relationship to be what's going on, and then that to be the dynamic and run that feud back. And especially, as Hangman not being a heel, that could be insane, to kind of help save. I feel like that's a logical next step for Hangman. I feel like Swerve being in there, obviously the history, I feel like that could definitely be a sort of, dynamic. And also with Ospreay, eventually, I feel like he's going to come, like, as the Death Riders are describing him right now, he's going to be this unstoppable demon if he gets the belt, which he most likely will. And I feel like it's going to run out of options where he's just going to beat everyone, and like, it genuinely will be like a unstoppable reign, but because he's so far gone, and like, not even Moxley and stuff, and so then Hangman will probably step back in, kind of like what they did with Cage and with Christian and Adam Copeland when he returned, where he's like, I don't want to fight him, but then it becomes too unbearable, where Sting's like, you've got to fucking do it, and then Hangman was like, I'm gonna, I feel like Hangman's gonna do that sort of thing, and I think that's definitely the way. I just feel like Hangman's such an integral part of what AEW is, what it does. I just feel like that's a very much... It's something that I do feel like when you miss it quite heavily. You'll never just miss Hangman like a tiny bit. You'll miss Hangman a lot. And I'm going through it right now. But like, I think the guy is one of the best wrestlers in the company. I've made that very clear. I think the emotion... I don't think any wrestler on AEW can get the emotion that Hangman does. I don't. I just frankly don't. In terms of captivating an audience from, like, point blank, no bias, to straight up, Hangman's special. Real special wrestler. And I feel like we're coming to a point now where he might not be reintroduced straight away, but I think we'll be starting setting the blocks. I think the Ospreay idea will be the best idea, but I think that obviously they'll build to that with the world title ban. I think he'll go obviously on these little side quests, with like maybe the international belt with Takeshita, maybe even the TNT belt. Any belt Hangman can do. Obviously, he's had experience with the trios belt. Anything Hangman does, like I say, is going to make it special, just due to his whole talent. But I just feel like now it's time to start reintroducing. I don't know. I miss the Cowboy. I just feel like I want him back. I feel like it's time. I feel like there's so much we can do. I feel like that's the real boom shot in the arm the roster and the divisions needs. Not needs, but, will benefit from. I just think it just feels time for Hangman. And I don't know what it is. It's really indescribable, but it's so Hangman. It feels needed. And again, not through AEW's discomfort or like, due to lack of quality. God no, but I don't know. It feels like I don't know how to word it. I really don't. I just wanted to ramble because I miss the Cowboy. I feel like there's a need for him back, and I honestly think he will return tonight. Hope to God, but soon. I think they need to start building the blocks for him to return. But either way, yeah, I fucking love the Hangman. So yeah, if you didn't get that, I miss Hangman a lot. Let me know what you think of Hangman. I hope you all enjoyed Double or Nothing tonight as well. Let me know what you think of it below, and obviously on the reaction video we'll have. But yes, all enjoy it, and I hope we have a great pay-per-view, and I hope to see the Hangman.